Hey everyone, Jason from SmeggCo here. Welcome back to Star Trek Online. We've got another recruitment event going on in the game right now, so I just thought I would do a quick overview of it in case any new players are wondering what it is, how it works, or if they should even bother with it. This is very similar to the Delta Recruit campaign that we just had recently, so I won't spend as much time on it, probably, but we'll go over as much as we can. And of course, in true Smegg fashion, it's already been going on for a little bit, so I don't know, I guess better Smegg than ever. What's really sad is I made a note that it was coming up, and what's a note? Who cares? Alright, so if we take a look at the announcement on the Art Games website, the timeline needs you. Also, June 1st, it's June 13th. It's fine, it's fine. The special Temporal Agent Recruitment event is coming back from June 8th at 8 p.m. Pacific Time to June 29th at noon Pacific Time on PC. You can create a new Temporal Agent character. Just make a new TOS Starfleet character, that's important, TOS Starfleet. Complete your tutorial and pick up your special Temporal Agent assignments. Celebrate the anniversary of the original series premiere with a new original series Starfleet officer. Temporal agents are on the front lines of the Temporal Cold War, and as they complete missions, they'll unlock bonus rewards, including special content-wide rewards. Make your way through the ranks, advance your Starfleet career, and you'll gain bonuses that will improve your equipment and give you special traits. We've updated the Temporal Agent goals to include some new ones, and removed goals from missions that are no longer in the game, so you don't have to worry about finding temporal probes in places that you can no longer reach. You'll be able to earn bonuses for reaching level 60, marks for all of the reputations that have been added to the game, and rewards for engaging in R&D and specializations. Existing temporal agents will be able to complete these new goals as well, and if you've already finished them, you can claim the rewards immediately. Remember, to become a temporal agent and gain access to the rewards, you must make a new TOS Starfleet character during the event. Then you must play the tutorial until you receive your special temporal agent transceiver device. Once you receive the device, your character is a temporal agent, and you can complete the goals anytime, claim the rewards, even after the event ends. So, a few highlights to cover here at the most. If you guys don't want to sit through the whole thing, let's just go over the basics real fast. It's basically the same kind of mechanics, the same kind of thing as the Delta Recruit event that we just had. You'll create a TOS-Era Starfleet character, you'll play through the TOS story, and then you'll just play through the normal main story arc of STO, which I call the main story arc, which starts with the Klingon War and ends with yesterday's war. During normal missions, you'll find extra mission objectives, just like the Delta event, which involves uncovering data left behind by the Not Cool, marked with its own symbol in the quest chapters. Instead of that fancy triangle, you get this guy. And in doing so, you unlock rewards for your character and account-wide rewards for characters on your account that are over level 20. You'll also earn rewards for doing things like research and development, developing character specializations, reaching certain levels, like level 10, 20, 30, reputation progress, duty officer commendations, and doing the Admiralty missions, so a lot like the Delta Recruit event. Also of note, during the recruitment event only, the temporal recruits will have a temporal agent bonus trait that will give you and your team a dilithium bonus for defeating enemies. And again, that's only during the event. So the one major difference that I can see between the two recruitment events is that you need to actually complete the first story arc for your TOS character. That arc's titled Agents of Yesterday. This is basically it's the special story that you play when you create that era of character. And eventually, at the end of that, it brings you to in line with the current characters, the current story of the other STO characters in the universe. So, where the Delta Event Recruit event had you just do the tutorial and then you get your tracker device, you need to actually complete the first TOS-specific arc to get the event tracking device. This time, it's called the Temporal Transponder. So character creation is pretty much the same as the Delta Recruit event, except this time we are specifically choosing TOS Starfleet. And you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, it specifically says Temporal Recruitment Event. As you can see, at the time of me making this, there's a bit over 2 weeks left of the event, which is great because you just need to make your character and get your transceiver in order to become a temporal agent, and you can still complete the objectives and everything, play through at your normal pace after the event has ended. So you just need to make your character get through that first arc, and you can go back to it whenever you want. You're still going to get those rewards. As I said in the announcement, if you've already done all of this during a previous temporal event, make sure to go back, check your tracker, because they have tweaked stuff. Since there's been the overhaul in the missions, some missions have been taken out, so they've removed that from the tracker. There's been some things added in. The reputation system's been expanded and added to since then. So if you've already got a temporal agent, go back, check your tracker, and see if anything's been added so you can claim those rewards. Or maybe you have some new things that you need to do. You can go back and play through it. And we have seen me make characters a couple of times, so we will be back in just a moment when I make a plain, normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill human captain. All right, so we have got normal, everyday-looking guy. Captain's name is Ozimus, named after Captain Oz, one of our very good friends of the channel, who also has a wonderful both Twitch channel and YouTube channel. Check him out at CAPT_Oz. Wonderful, wonderful human being. Okay, really fast. This is one thing that I was wondering that I wanted to check out for you guys. Because the Temporal Agent recruitment event is active, you may not skip the tutorial with a new TOS character. Remember that you must acquire the Temporal Agent transceiver now during the event to be eligible for Temporal Agent rewards. Once you've become a recruit, you can continue to earn progress toward rewards even after the recruitment event has ended. So I was curious on whether or not I could skip the tutorial and just jump into the TOS story, but according to this, you can not. So I'm glad that it popped up and said that. I can't tell you, like, how, I don't know, there's just this weird, like, in the age of ASMR and stuff, there's, like, this weird calming effect that the sounds of a TOS bridge have when you hear them. It's really, really cool. So I'm going to get myself through this tutorial, and even though this is obviously different than the regular tutorial, I'm not going to show it now. I'm going to get through this tutorial in the primary TOS-Era missions, mainly because I think we're going to play through this in the future. I feel like maybe there's enough going on with the Wasteland side missions that we'll skip showing this in order to, like, not have multiple timelines going at the same time. But I do absolutely plan on doing a playthrough of the Klingons, Romulans, the Jem'Hadar, the Discovery arc, the TOS arc, etc. Later on after I do the main Federation storyline. So I will see you on the other end of this journey when we get our transponder. See you soon. Alright, so I have completed the TOS Starfleet tutorial, which was much shorter than the regular one, and also did the first story arc, the TOS-Era story arc, which, we'll play through later. I'm not going to spoil anything, but you do end up basically merging with the current STO timeline. So we've reached that era, we've changed our uniforms, so now we need to talk to Temporal Agent Philip Cray, which we did before in the Delta one. He's right outside the Admiral's office.
Welcome to the 25th century. We've been expecting you. Your new cover identity is in place, and Admiral Quinn's expecting you in the office behind me. Report to him for your orders. Remember, do not tell anyone about your status as a temporal agent. Your goal is to observe and correct, not to interfere.
Understood, and thanks. You are now a temporal agent. You have a unique trait that gives bonus dilithium ore to you and your teammates, again for the event. As a temporal agent, you will be able to earn many additional rewards as you complete later missions. Alright, so now that that's done, we have in our possession a temporal transponder, which is very similar to the transponder that we got, or transceiver I think it was called, that we got in the Delta recruitment event. So you just need to go use, and just as before, this lists all of the, like, goals and rewards and stuff we can get as a temporal operative. So right now, because we've hit Lieutenant Commander, we've hit rank 10, we already have one. under rank. So you just click that. You get a Temporal Agent Equipment Choice Package, Lieutenant. So we'll just click Claim. Got it. It's on our inventory. So you get one of those for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. You get them for doing specializations, which you don't get into until after you're level 50. You get rewards for research and development, which requires level 15 to start. And then you get them for playing through story episodes, certain ones. Play Klingon War, play Romulan Mystery, all the way from Klingon War arc to Yesterday's War, and then you get one for completing half the story arcs, and then you get one for completing all of the story arcs. You get some for Admiralty, which is the where you collect ships and you send them out on missions. You get some rewards for doing that, for reputations, which we haven't gotten into at all in our playthrough. Duty Officer Commendations, we haven't gotten into it all because our main character is just now hitting level 10, so that's a little bit down the line. You get one for joining a fleet, and then you get, the big one is the Temporal Probes, which is the optional objectives and missions, and it tells you which ones you get them in. Diplomatic Orders, there's one in Research or Rescue, there's one in Secret Orders, the Doomsday Device, like on and on and on, and you get rewards for completing those. So, check that off and on to claim your rewards, see what you need to do next for it. Pretty much just like the Delta Recruit, you're just playing through the missions and just playing the game, honestly, and you get extra rewards for it. And then, you unlock account rewards that characters can get once they pass level 20. So, let's do a quick mission, or I'm going to jump into a quick mission, and then I'll show you what the optional objectives look like. And then we'll wrap up. So, I'm going to hop into Diplomatic Orders real fast, and then I will show you what that looks like. Alright, so, picking up a chronal distortion. There's a temporal probe nearby. Alright, so they give you a bit of a cue that something's coming up. Okay, so here we go. We've got our regular things. We've already done Proceed Up the Hill. The next part is to continue up the hill path, but we have an optional objective and investigate Temporal Probe. And you can see it's got like the little swirly. I think that's like a little swirly icon next to it. So we need to make sure that we do that as well. So I've actually had a little bit of trouble finding the Temporal Probe. No big surprise, get lost easy, overlook things all the time, ADHD, whatever, it's fine. But one cool thing that you can do in the PC version that you can't do, obviously, in the console versions, but you can in the PC version, is you can go /target temporal probe, and if it's nearby, it will target the probe, and even give you a distance up here. So that is something cool. And you can kind of use that to hone in the direction you're going to. Obviously, I'm going away, but I can't. I'm on a cliff. I can't go any further, but it does lead me to believe that it's in this direction. There it is. Yeah, completely and totally overlooked it. So that is something you can do if you're like me and directionally, spatially, everything challenged. That is a way that you can kind of help yourself a little bit. So here is a temporal probe. Cool little shimmering little dude. Let's scan it. Scan chronal distortion. I love that we still have our old school tricorder. There we go. There's the probe. Unlock temporal probe. Alright, so when you open up the temporal probe, you get one of several different kind of like mini-game puzzle things. This one in particular says, compare the words to the right and choose the one that is in the list of partially completed words. So we've got, I don't know what that first one is, but there's Vulcan, there's something, I don't know, large, disruptor, all of that kind of stuff. But if you kind of look, we have huge, dance, and tachyon. There is definitely a tachyon right there. So hit that. Data accepted, heap reinitialized, access protocols engaging. Initialize for next data entry. Compare the words to the right. Choose the one that is in the list of partially completed words below. We have cat, frozen, and whip. Looks like we probably have a whip there. Wide, architect, and tin. There's architect right there. There we go. Based on the information we recovered from this probe, it looks like the Not Cool tried to make some form an alliance with the Undine. Considering the Undine view of life outside of fluidic space, it is not surprised that Not Cool diplomatic efforts failed here violently. We're fortunate it didn't go well. Such an alliance would be dangerous, to put it lightly. We've salvaged some components from the probe. So we'll take those. We got plasma capacitor, EPS regulator, EPS conduit, so some crafting components. So as you can see, we completed that optional objective. So now if we go into our temporal transponder and scroll down, we will see we found a probe. So if we click on that guy, we get a temporal agent mark package, which we'll use for reputation, and we'll hit claim, and we're good to go. So that is the gist of the temporal recruit event. It's going between now and June 29th. That's 2023 in case you're watching this video in like 2049 in the like YouTube 3.0 space or whatever. But definitely log in, create your TOS Starfleet character, play through that first story arc so you can get your event tracker, and just play when you want after that. If you have already played through it, be sure to check your tracker again and make sure that there's not any new rewards that you are qualified for to claim. And of course, check for any account-wide rewards you may have for your level 20 plus characters. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We're going to finish up our Wasteland missions pretty soon, and then we're going to move on to Romulan Mystery. That is all coming up here quite soon. Thanks for hanging out. Definitely do that YouTube stuff that you do so well. If you're enjoying this, please like the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff. If you don't, it's okay. Just thanks for being here. I'm glad to have you. And of course, if you want to see more just random variety gaming, head over to twitch.tv/SmeggCo and check us out. Say hi. Everybody that's done that so far has been wonderful, and I appreciate every single one of you. And as always, be excellent to each other. More importantly, be excellent to yourself. We'll catch you later.